Now, hope you can see a bit of what I'm doing. Another of my engines that haven't been run for 2 or 3 years. And I'll tell you a bit about this at the end. Anyway, what the thing is, my mate probably have it. I've mixed a drop of 2-stroke up. I'll tell you about that at the end as well. I'll tell you about this engine. It's new, meaning I bought it when I got wood, and as a spare, because I learnt that you need a good engine, you know, good new auxiliary engine on a boat, and it's hardly been used. So we'll put a drop of petrol in. Like I said, it's got plenty of oil in it. I hope I ain't got more than 25 to 1. That's what you should run them at. Never mind what everyone says. And also, by the way, on these, on boat engines, there is a you've got to open that up, which is the air vent, and it's to stop fumes going in a boat. Anyway, as I say, this is well, it's new. I'll tell you all about it at the end. Let's just see if it'll start. It probably won't straight away, but we'll try it and see. Like I said, it's not been run for, well, 2 years, could be 3 years, I don't know. Ooh, I've got to hold it, which isn't the best, but I imagine that the carb might need cleaning on it. I don't know. We'll give it a minute and give it another pull or two. And while we're doing that, I will just tell you a little bit about this engine then, because it looks like it's not going to. You put a camera on, they don't start, do they? As I say, it's done nothing. I know how far it's gone. It's 10 or 15 hours. And if you can see, it says Tohatsu on it. And one of these badges Honda was 700. This was slightly cheaper. Anyway, as I say, I decided to sell it to my mate, so now we're going to have a little look at the carb, aren't we? Right, I found the problem. It was me. There's a paddle tap there, and I always turn it off and run it dry, and I forgot to put paddle on. So there you go. Anyway, so you didn't get to see the first start, but look, this one's lovely. Telltale gripping, but not streaming, but that's to be expected. That one's flush. Apart from that. Also, it has to be in gear when I was trying to start it. I thought it was hard work, because that, it's got forward and neutral. I'll try and show you. There you are, it's steering the water nicely up. See? So, there you go. Right, turn the paddle off and run it out back. Stop the camera so I'm not boring you, because it runs on a carb fault for a long while. Now, you've seen this engine upstairs for years in many of my videos, haven't you? Until, you know, we moved it recently. Anyway, I don't know. You'd think a man of my experience would be clever enough to know you had to turn the blooming fuel on for an engine to run. I don't know. Anyway, of course it was off camera the first start, but that doesn't matter. I just left it a minute and gave it a couple of pulls, and it started straight away, just as you saw. It normally does, and it should do. It's bloody, it's new, you know. It's done very little. But anyway, first I just want to tell you something about 2-stroke and mix. Now, when I got this engine, in the book it says to run the fuel oil mixture, it's pre-mixed, to run it at 25 to 1 for 10 hours, and after that to run it at 10 to 1. Now the other thing to tell you about two-strokes is, because the fuel and oil goes through the carburetor, if you have too much oil in, it runs weak and runs hot. Now if it's a brand new engine, they're not going to tell you to run hot, are they? And the other thing, a friend of mine, as you can see there's plenty of water in, by the way, a friend of mine had professional chainsaws. He was a woodsman, and he was told, yeah, run them at 25 to 1, they'll last forever. So if you have a two-stroke, forget the book saying it, run it at 10 to 1. That's just to get rid of a bit of smoke and to wear the engine out, so you've got to buy a new one. So just that bit of information I want to tell you. Anyway, apart from the dust on it, you can now see it's still, you know, it's still perfect, isn't it? So there you go. As I say, I've kept it all this while because such an expensive new engine I didn't want to sell for little money. Anyway, I'm not going to use it again, and we could do with the money for the tractor fund, you know, so I decided to let my mate have it cheap. But it's a cracking little engine, moved the boat along lovely, and it rescued me when wood went wrong coming back from Nottingham. So I've been basically from along the falls and down to Bardney with it. Then I've been from Boston to Chapel on it when wood had another problem, and then I used it for one trip, which is 3 hours each way, when I got my last boat that you've seen, my little one, before I got my other engine sorted out. And that's all it's done, you know, barring a little bit on, you know, 10 minutes on a dinghy and 20 minutes moving a boat about, done nothing. So there you go, a little bit of info. And another engine, as I say, it must be 3 years since it's had a run. And if only I'd been clever enough to turn the blooming paddle tap on, it would have started. Oh, never mind. You live and learn, or in my case, you live and forget. Right. That's all I've got to show you today anyway, but I thought you might just be a little bit interested.